Hey, I'm Hybrid Joe, and I transferred my physique from this to this in only a year of training. And today I'll be talking about which training method is superior for hybrid training, whether that's high volume training or high intensity. Science tells us that high volume training is the best way to train, and it's most effective for muscle gain and muscle hypertrophy. And over the course of the past 4 years, every study has shown that high volume has been the main driver for muscle hypertrophy, but I'd like to argue against that. While high volume may seem king, I think high intensity training, or HIIT for short, is better. And while all the benefits of high volume training may seem really good, there's also a lot of downsides, like how much fatigue you get from all of the volume you're doing. Each workout, you're doing like 50 sets per workout, doing 20 sets per muscle group a week. It's very fatiguing and it limits recovery, and you won't be able to push hard on every set you do. Of course, if you're training 50 sets per workout, you won't be able to go 50 sets to failure. It's almost impossible. No one has the stamina for that. So what is high intensity training? Basically, you limit the amount of sets you do per workout, and you increase the intensity and how hard you push per set. This guarantees that every set you will do will be to failure. Unlike high volume training, where you're doing 50 sets, but only like 10 sets of those are to actual muscular failure. And the best part about this is, you save way too much time. Your workouts only last like 30 to 45 minutes when it used to last like 2 hours because of how much volume you were doing. You went from doing 50 sets per workout to only 10 or 20 sets per workout now. So it's way shorter, it's way more efficient, and you gain just as much muscle or even better because you're pushing way harder. And for hybrid training, 2 sets is enough volume for every exercise, even calisthenics exercises, which mainly depend on endurance. But 2 sets is perfect because it maximizes your intensity for every set you do, and it just removes the extra fluff that high volume adds. What I mean by fluff is it's that unneeded muscle fatigue that high volume training gives you. And that fatigue doesn't even compensate by giving you hypertrophy. It's just fatiguing your body, and your next workout you'll be very fatigued and you won't be able to lift as much weights as you have done in your previous workout, and your intensity will be way lower. But with high intensity training, you're giving yourself enough time to recover, and less fatigue, and just as much hypertrophy or even better. Of course, for high intensity training, I recommend you take 2 to 5 minutes of rest in the middle of your sets. And just to add to this, all of the studies that have been done on high volume training were only done on a specific muscle group. They weren't done on the entire body. So they weren't able to accurately see how much fatigue the body was going through because they only trained the one muscle group, not the entire body. So that limited the fatigue. But it even mentions in those studies that if you do this for your entire body, you'll face major fatigue issues. And high intensity training really negates that. So yeah, I think training hard is really king for muscle hypertrophy.